good to go. Whoa! Yeah. Oh, look, we're all the way over there. We're all the way out. What's up? Hi, all the way over there, you lot. Welcome to the show. Yo. Oh, my bad. I just remembered we haven't got any of the beautiful top 50 graphics. We were recovering from yesterday's gaming stream, which was kind of a different setup. So I was in a bit of a rush to get cracking today. So I'm sorry you don't have any fancy graphics. Are you going to be okay? Hey, look, it's Jason Eva. What you doing here, Jason Eva, on your weekend? Shouts out to you. Good to see you. How's everyone doing? What's up, West Intro? Updated membership to level 3, like a lord. In the manner of a warrior. How's everyone doing out there? It's the Meaningwave top 50. We're counting down the top 50. The most streamed Meaningwave songs in the past month. Will your favorite be in there? Are there any movements? Has anything weird been happening on any of the social media platforms that's caused something strange to occur? All will be revealed. What up, James M. Lawson from Elville, Indiana? Evil. Chris Bede is smashing the like button. Yeah, you better get on that. Muy importante. Declare war on the like button. Massacre that thing. You want to get after that thing like you were 50 Cent and it was like 2001 and that thing was the rap industry. Yeah. There you go. I'm now correctly zoomed in. Although my camera's slightly in that direction. Nothing I can do about it now. It's over there. I think we'll be fine. How about you? Yeah. Full Killer says, time to see what the top 50 models in MAZ Nuke collection. That's right. Minari of Hope 23, what's up? Says, it's cool you worked with CB19. Oh, you mean Danica? AKA the artist formerly known as Comic Book Girl 19. She will be on the show on January 16th, by the way. Be here on January 16th. Comic Book Girl 19, aka Danica XIX, is going to be in the building. We're going to be listening to Dunewave Odyssey. We're going to be going through it track by track, talking about how it came together, how we made it, what it meant to us. We will talk about our origin story, how we met, what we used to get up to at Grant Morrison's house in Los Angeles, all that kind of shit. Law, meaning law. Sif Cypher says, dings the like before entering, like taking shoes off in your house. Exactly. It's just good manners, isn't it? Quackaroony says, camera setup looks beautiful. Rule of thirds, innit? Yeah, if we put the grid on, I don't think any of me is meeting any of the lines. That's how it's supposed to work, right? Shaky says, bangers. Richard says, social media no bueno. Cedric says, Meaningwave emoji, Meaningwave emoji. And Quackarini says, great day, woo. All these things are true. Let's get it cracking. Without further ado, I believe this is a new entry. Number 50. David Goggins, Akira the Dawn. Yeah.
Same exact time.
Volume up.
Was in the worst incident in still history. Long story short, Marcus is alive.
Woo!
And I go on to want to raise money for families. All these guys died. They all had kids. I want to raise money for the special operations war.
Simultaneous slip.
So I said, you know what?
Grab a beverage.
Google something that's evil. Something very hard.
Ooh.
I knew nothing about ultra marathons. I hadn't even run a marathon. I knew nothing about this world. So I Googled it?
Chalice, a glass, a thingy bob. Are you ready? One.
What comes up is a bad water 135. The 135-mile race through Death Valley in the summertime. I thought it was a stage race. I thought it was a race where you run like 20 miles, set up camp, barbecue outside, and then go run some more the next day. So I called the race director up at the race and said, hey, Chris, I want to do your race. So we had a long conversation. You know, I was much heavier then. I'm around between 240 to 270. I was a heavy guy. But the long and short of it all was, I hadn't put running shoes on in over a year. So I called Chris Costin up on a Wednesday. He says, look, man, the only way you can qualify for my race is to run 100 miles at one time in 24 hours or less. There happened to be a race that Saturday. And he said, if you qualify by running 100 miles or less in 24 hours, I will consider you my race. I signed up for this race. It's called the San Diego One Day, where you run around a 1-mile track for 24 hours to see how many miles you can get. My goal was 100 miles. 70. I cleared 70 miles in like 12, 13 hours pretty quickly. I was done. My feet were broken. I was stretch, muscles were tearing. I was in bad shape. No water, didn't know what the hell I was doing out there. Had on some tube socks. It was just ridiculous. It was a clown show.
Yeah.
So I sat down at mile 70, and at this time I was married. I looked at my wife and I was like, I'm messed up bad. I literally start to turn white. And when a black guy turns white, you're pretty fucked up. Here I am, all fucked up in this chair. I'm at mile 70, I got 30 fucking miles to go. I'm jacked up. I gotta go to the bathroom. The bathroom's like 20 feet from me. It's a porta potty. I can't get out of the fucking chair. I'm peeing blood down my leg, pooping up my fucking pack. And I got 30 miles to go.
Shit.
Can't stand up. My blood pressure's all messed up. I've been in weeks, Ranger school, overcome so many obstacles in my life. This last 30 miles of this race is when I realized a human being is not so human anymore. We have the ability to go in such a space if you're willing to suffer, and I mean suffer. Your brain and your body, once connected together, can do anything.
Anything. Anything. Anything.
Your brain and your body, once connected together, can do anything.
Anything. If I'd made that song before this song, I could have sampled it on this song.
And this 30 miles was the life-changing moment. I was out of it. I was in the worst pain in my entire life. I was, to me, on the brink of death. And I was able to chunk this 30 damn miles into small pieces. I was so driven. I'm not gonna say motivated, because motivation's crap. Motivation comes and goes.
Yeah, dude.
When you're driven, whatever's in front of you will get destroyed. So I sat in this chair and I was so driven to succeed. And at this time, everyone goes, were you thinking about the guys that died? And I'm not gonna lie to you, I wasn't. This became a personal thing. This became me against this race, me against the kids that called me nigga, me against me. It just became something that I took so violently personal. And I broke the thing down into small pieces. I said, okay, I gotta get nutrition. I gotta be able to stand up before I can get off this curb and get off this chair and be able to go 30 miles. So I went through all these small steps. I was able to stand up. And then from standing up, I was literally walking around with my wife at the time, and she goes, you're not gonna make the time. You're walking like 30-some-minute miles. I got to mile 81, and the second she said that I'm not gonna make the time, I ran the last 19 miles, non-stop.
Wow.
I had to get compression tape. And
you did.
I taped up my ankles, and I taped up my feet. And that's how I got through that race. Your brain and your body, once connected together,
can do anything.
Your brain and your body, once connected together,
Can do anything.
Your brain and your body, once connected together, can do anything. And people may listen to this and say, this guy is sadistic, he's crazy, no, if you know how I came up, you realize I was just a scared kid.
Scared kid Goggins there. Very relatable. I'm sure you all agree. At number 50, that's a new entry, I think, or a re-entry. Hey, I tell you what, Jason, Eva, next month. That's interesting. I feel like the angle on my head has moved. Next chart. Let's get next to the entries. Let's get information about them, i.e., new entry, re-entry, up 3 places, down 4 places, that kind of thing. I think that would add excitement. What up, Writher says, what up, dudes? Alec Miranda's in the house. Good to see you, my guy. Full Killer's in the house. Says, Maz is a musical superpower. Got so many nukes. Alex catching the vibes on his work break. Nice. Sheila says, your mic is way hot over the music. What, right now? What do you mean? It sounds perfectly normal to me. That's interesting. I wonder if something happened with the stream yesterday. Let me know how it sounds now. Maybe it's just that the music was really low earlier. I don't know. Let me know how it is now. Dirk from Texas says, I want to thank everyone for being here. You're all very special, which I agree with. I think that's true. Pig Love, top quality kickoff. Ain't it just? Man Array of Ho 23 says, you mean King Mob himself? He's the man responsible for me becoming the weirdo I am today. He saved my life. Grant Morrison is a bad motherfucker. Indeed. And a good friend of the Dawn. And therefore, by association, you. Yeah. We'll get him on here one of these days. And we can talk about sigils. And cats. And what things are going to be like in roughly 7 years. He's very, very knowledgeable about that sort of thing. Sounds fine to me, says Fool Killer. Sure thing, says Jason, my guy. How's your weekend going, baby? I'm going to sneeze. You ready? Re-entry, new entry, something like that. It's not. I mean, this is not a new song, but I don't remember it being in the chart.
You know, if you take people and you expose
I'm probably wrong. I'm sure it's been in the chart.
things that they
It's at number 49.
and are afraid of,
Akira the Don, Jordan B. Peterson.
need to overcome in order to meet their goals, their self-defined goals. If you can teach people to stand up in the face of the things they're afraid of, they get stronger. And you don't know what the upper limits to that are, because you might ask yourself, like, if for 10 years, if you didn't avoid doing what you knew you needed to do, by your own definitions, right, within the value structure that you've created, to the degree that you've done that, what would you be like?
Whoa!
What would you be like? What would you be like? What would you be like?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
What would you be like?
Very powerful record. This record is partly responsible for a great deal of what followed Meaningwave-wise.
Over decades-long periods, what they could be like if they were who they were. If they
Spoke their thing!
and they get stronger and stronger and stronger, and we don't know the limits to that. We do not know the limits to that. And so you could say, well, in part, perhaps the reason that you're suffering unbearably can be left at your feet, because you're not everything you could be, and you know it. You know it. You know it. Because you're not everything you could be, and you know it. You know it. You know it. What would you be like? What would you be like?
Yo! What would you be like? Hey. Huh? Huh? Huh?
And of course, that's a terrible thing to admit, and it's a terrible thing to consider, but there's real promise in it, right? Because it means that perhaps there's another way that you could look at the world and another way that you could act in the world. So what it would reflect back to you would be much better than what it reflects back to you now.
Woo!
Imagine that people did that. We've done a lot as human beings. We've done a lot of remarkable things, and I told you already today, for example, about 250,000 people will be
lifted out of abject poverty. We're lifting people out of poverty collectively at a faster rate that's ever occurred in the history of humankind by a huge margin. So there's inequality developing in many places, and you hear lots of political agitation about that. But overall, the tide is lifting everyone up, and that's a great thing. We have no idea how fast we can multiply that if people got their act together and really aimed at it. If people got their act together and really aimed at it.
What?
What would you be like?
Hey.
What would you be like?
Hey. Stop. What?
What would you be like?
Huh?
What would you be like?
Huh?
What would you be like? 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 What would you be like?
Yeah. What would you be like, Akira the Don, Jordan B. Peterson? Is the music, what we talking, what? Hey Jason, do me a favor, let me know if the volume is as it normally is. It's possible earlier in the broadcast I had a knob turned down and it wasn't. It should be cool now. I don't know. Let me know.
Watching things that not only do you not want to watch, you care about, that make you feel horrible about watching after you're done. That's probably full.
This is what you get if you were here. I don't know if you were here yesterday. We had a special broadcast yesterday. It was my son's birthday and we did a gaming stream.
Half a year.
So I had to change a lot of stuff around in order that we could all share the same mic because I didn't have another mic stand.
And so if your life isn't everything it could be, you could ask yourself,
Yeah.
what would happen if you just stopped wasting the opportunities that are in front of you? You'd be, who knows how much more efficient? 10 times more efficient, 20 times more efficient. You have no idea how efficient people get. It's completely, it's off the chart. What would you be like? 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 What would you be like?
Dirk from Texas says mic is higher than the music.
What would you be like?
Track volume is lower. Oh, good. Good! I'm so glad. What an annoying thing to occur. Apologies to everyone listening to this on a podcast feed or something. How annoying this must be. Now I'm going to try and work it out because it sounds perfectly fine to me.
All got our act together collectively.
Goody. Let me think.
Making things worse, because that's another thing people do all the time. Not only not do what they should to make things better, they actively attempt to make things worse because they're spiteful or resentful or arrogant or deceitful or homicidal or genocidal or all of those things all bundled together in an absolutely pathological package. Pathological package.
Woo.
Pathological package. If people
Remix
stop
B.
really trying just to make things worse, we have no idea how much better they would get just because of that. So you might say, well, what would happen if you abided by your conscience for 5 years? Or what sort of position might you be in? What would you be like?
Wow.
What would you be like? 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 What would you be like?
Yeah. Hey, let me know how that is. I'm gonna have to do some testing after the show to get it perfect, but hopefully that will be a bit better. Yeah. Fool Killer says, I didn't notice anything different with the sound. Just enjoy the stream no matter what's going on. Fool Killer is basically the ideal audience, you know. Unfortunately, not everyone is Fool Killer. Would that they could be, but then I suppose it would be a boring world because everyone would be Fool Killer. Anyway, that was number 48. We're gonna, hopefully shit is cool now. Dirk from Texas says, that is better. Track and mic levels are perfect now. Should we start again from the beginning? Should we start again from the beginning? Or should we keep it moving? I think we'll keep it moving. I don't know what's happened. It was Christmas, right? So people were listening to Christmas music. And it seems to have quite changed the order of some things. Because at number 48, this song's normally at least in the top 15.
We think of present events as being caused
Time featuring Alan Watts.
by past events. And therefore, we tend to regard ourselves as the puppets of the past, as driven along by something that is always behind us. Now, to overcome this impression, it's very simple. again with an experiment. Approach the world through your ears. If you shut your eyes and make contact with reality purely with your ears, and you will realize that the sounds you are hearing are all coming out of silence. You hear, and it fades away. Fades, and finally disappears. It's a curious world, this, isn't it? Because you hear all the realities in it. The sounds, suddenly coming out of nothing. You don't see any reason for them to begin. They just appear, and then they echo away through the corridors of the mind, which we call memory.
Yeah.
Now, if you open your eyes, it's a little harder to see this with your eyes because, unlike sounds, the eyes sound static. Or rather, they look static. Everything looks still to your eyes. But you must understand, the world you are looking at, say when you look at a light, that light is vibrating. All material things are vibrations, and they are vibrating at you now in the same way as the sound is vibrating in your ears. In other words, the present world that you see is a vibration coming just as the sound comes out of silence. The light is coming out of space. It's coming out of nothing straight at you now and echoing away into the past. The course of time is really very much like the course of a ship in the ocean. Here's the ship, you see, and it leaves behind it a wake. And
I guess it keeps coming up to people. What are we supposed to do?
Number 47.
Well, I keep saying, de-emphasize anxiety, reassure people. You meet people who say, you know, I'm really scared. I'm scared about my job. I'm scared. And so
Shit.
you know, don't worry. You don't know enough to worry. That's God's truth. Who do you think you are that you should worry, for crying out loud?
Wow.
That's God's truth. It's a total waste of time. It presupposes such a knowledge of the situation that it is in fact a form of hubris.
Woo!
You know, what you do is just pay your bills and, you know, pack heat if you need to, and don't worry. That's all. Yes. Worry is praying to the devil. That's great. Worry is betting against yourself. You know, Wepo Yang, a great Chinese Taoist who wrote many, many commentaries on the I Ching. He was asked at the end of his life, what was his conclusion of a life of studying the I Ching? He said, worry is preposterous. That was it.
That was it.
You don't know enough to worry. That's God's truth. Who do you think you are that you should worry, for crying out loud? That's God's truth.
You don't know enough to worry.
That's
God's truth.
Who do you think you are that you
48 was Alan Watts, Akira the Dawn Time. Number 47, Don't Worry with Terence McKenna. Teza, Don't Worry. That's one of their Meaningwave classics right now. Shouts out to everybody locked in. How you feeling? How's your weekend going? How's your life going? How's 2024 working out for you? Worry is preposterous, I know. I know it is, it is. What up, Shecky? What up, Bad Buddha? What up, Amcast? What up, Fool Killer? What up, Amanda? All of you are locked in. Smash that like with everything you got. Goggins back at 46.
The cookie jar is something that I've made.
New entry? Re-entry?
All the
New entry.
of my life. All the things that I failed and I went back. I failed and I went back and I finally succeeded. All the things that kicked my ass. I put them all in the cookie jar because at times of hell, even the hardest men, in times of suffering, what we do is we forget how hard we really are. Because that's what suffering is. Suffering is a test. That's all it is. Suffering is a true test of life.
Yo.
And so that cookie jar travels in my brain. So whenever I get put in a situation where I have poopy pants, the woe with me mentality of, oh my God, life sucks. I take the 1 second decision. I step out of my life for 1 second, go in the cookie jar, pull up, motherfucker, you were in 3 hell weeks and finished 2. One of those hell weeks a guy died because it was so bad. Oh, you are a motherfucking badass. You are. I put it back in the cookie jar and I remember who the fuck I really am. I'm not the kid that was called nigga. I'm not the scared kid. This is who I am.
This.
It's a reminder of who you truly are at the core of yourself. This is who I am. But what I was saying to myself the whole time on that track, this is who I am. Self-talk and visualization are 2 keys to my success.
Cookie jar, David Goggins. Oh my goodness.
What do you do on the days when you're just not feeling it?
First Jocko track in the top 50. Do you reckon we'll see some more?
Akira.
Number 45.
Days.
Whoa.
Those days.
Those days.
Those days when I'm tired or worn out.
Worn out.
Or just basically sick of the grind. What do I do on those days? I go anyways. I get it done. Even if I'm just going through the motions, I go through the motions. I don't really want to work out. I work out. I really don't want to hammer on a project. I hammer on the project. Don't really want to get up and get out of bed.
I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, I get up. And get out of bed. Those days.
Those days.
Those days.
Whoa!
Those days. Those days.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, these could be signals that you need some time off. And those signals might be right. They could be correct. But don't take today off. Not today. Wait until tomorrow. Don't give in to the immediate gratification that is whispering in your ear. Shut that down. Do not listen to that little voice. Instead, go through the motions. Lift the weights. Sprint the hill. Work on the project. Get out of bed. Lift the weights. Sprint
the hill.
Work on the project. Get out of bed. Those days. Those days. Those days. Those days. When I'm tired or worn out, I get it done. Those days.
Yeah, those days. Jocko, Akira the Dawn from the Get Some LP came out last year. It's a banger. Who wants another Jocko album? Who would be really pleased if they had a Jocko album? It wasn't last year, was it? Oh, God. I was going to say, who would be happy if you could get a Jocko album 2 years in a row? Can't get it 2 years in a row. The last one came out in 2022, and it's now 24. Good Lord, time goes fast here in the zone. Time sure does go fast here in the zone. I didn't quite understand. I saw some messages from, who was it, Amcraft earlier, talking about wanting... Anyway, maybe send an email or something to inquiries@meaningwave.com. And we will get back to you. Higloff says, Jocko is making me do it now. Doing what? What are you doing? Oh, vacuuming. I really don't want to vacuum. Yeah, well, when you really don't want to vacuum, everybody knows that you have to do the thing you don't want to do. You know, dragons hoard gold because the place you least want to go is, because, you know, what you most need is always to be found where you least want to look. I heard that in a really good record one of these days. Now, speaking of really good records, number 44 is another Goggins. This might be the most Goggins we've ever had in the chart, and we're still only in the top 50 bit.
People think it should look like a
what is going on out there?
Be easy. They should
oh
all
my goodness.
Motivated. Whereas you saw it as I should feel.
There's got to be something to that.
Down. It should be messy. Do you think there's something to that?
Oh yeah, there's definitely something. Well, I know for a fact there's something to that, and that's where I disconnect with a lot of people. They don't know my story. They think I was born this man. They see what was created. They see the end of the job.
End of the job.
They didn't see what it took to get there.
Woo.
And to develop a man like this. I realized that, you know, like to sharpen a sword, to make a sword, you have to put it through fire. And you have to beat the fucking shit out of it. You have to beat the living shit out of it. And so my mindset started to become that. And I realized that nothing hard comes from
soft.
People have that mindset of I failed. It determines how you look at that. I started looking at that as a whole different way of living. Like, how many people could do what you do, David? It's that internal conversation I started having that was motivating me. Like, I knew where I came from, but I knew where I was going. Like, how many people can come from your fucked up background? You couldn't even read. And then I put myself in a deeper hole. So all this was inspiring me. All this fucked up shit was inspiring me. Like, I'm from a guy who couldn't read. He got called nigger, called all these things growing up. His dad beat the soul out of him. Oh yeah, there's definitely something. Well, I know for a fact there's something to that. And that's where I disconnect with a lot of people. They don't know my story.
And
they think I was born this man.
Shit. Oh yeah, that's definitely something, man.
I know for a fact there's something to that. And that's where I disconnect with a lot of people. They don't know my story. And they
think I was born this man.
This man. Woo! We have this man. Something to that. This man. Oh yeah, there's this man.
Ah, what's up, yo? Something to that. Something to that. David Goggins. Again, we've had a whole lot of Dave Goggins. We're just at number 44 right now.
That's how you see yourself in.
Why? How? We don't know. Sheila says Huberman podcast effect. I doubt it because the Huberman podcast dropped like just at the end of this data collection period, or maybe after. This is basically like December. 4 weeks. I think it was. When did you put this together? Was it beginning of this week or something? So I don't know if it is that. I don't know what it is. It's Get After It season. It's Stay Hard season. Stay Hard season. Let's go. That works for me. I know for a fact.
There's something to that. And that's where
I mean, come on.
I disconnect with a lot of people. They don't know my story. And they think I was born this man.
43. Dark Side with David Goggins. Oh yeah. January 2nd was the creation of the list, says Jason Eva. When did the Huberman Goggins podcast come out?
So many people do. We live in a very weakened society. So when they hear a throwback guy like me from back in the ancient days of Garanimals, they often think this guy is just whatever. So if you think that I'm some unhappy guy, you're wrong. Having lived the life I've lived and seen the other side, not being afraid to attack what was in front of me, has made me happy. It made me very happy. Basically, I just don't walk around with a daggone smile on my face. So, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
What the dark side is we all have a cookie jar, and we all have a jar of fuck. We all have a cookie jar, and we all have a jar of fuck. We all have a cookie jar, and we all have a jar of fuck.
Yeah, that's right. All right, let's do the international high five. Let me know, brothers and sisters, where you are and what's in your cookie jar. Cookie jar, that's when you're like, oh yeah, that's the thing I did.
And
oh yeah, I did.
Cause this is where I really went.
Fall.
Doing Hell Week is
in a hole in the woods after getting chased by dogs around a strange part of a country that I'd never been in before at 5 in the morning.
And they do
And when I say hole, I mean like a trench or something that involved like climbing out that took about an hour.
I was asleep.
Oh yeah, and it was raining.
Beat the shit out.
Oh yeah, then I did have to somehow make it into a neighboring city. It was like 80 miles away with no money.
That's the beauty of it.
Anyway, there's lots of things that people have done. That's it. But cookie jar. Oh yeah, I woke up
a great bit.
Pretty good. And Jason Eva says, what does he say? He says a bunch of stuff.
Goggins.
Fool Killer says Goggins probably on a lot of New Year's resolution playlists. I think that's probably true. Shecky, January 2nd was creation of the list. Synchronicities. Sheila says, I know I spammed the Goggins album all over the Huberman spaces. Dropped Jan 1st. Hey, how about that? Well, thank you, Sheila. Appreciate you. NZ says the real Merry fucking Christmas is...
Merry Christmas.
There you go. Sheila, Nashville, quit smoking by not buying cigs, quit job and found a career. Boom, there you go. There you go. See, powerful. Powerful.
I have a way of going to a place like I did in that race.
Powerful.
Where all the pain and suffering that they put on top of me in Hell Week, I will reverse that pain and suffering, and I will take your soul. For every instructor that put me through buds, my job, what drove me, was I wanted you to go home that...
Ill Ink Denver, I have love and an open heart in my cookie jar.
And I smiled and...
I'm calling the police.
I wanted you to feel worse than I did.
Amcast in Virginia Beach started a business knowing nothing about it. Love.
In a nice meal, and I was still out there in the grip. Suffering for another 100 hours. I want
there you go.
About me, knowing that I'm comfortable, being very unfucking comfortable. And I want you to think about when you went through fucking Hell Week, how uncomfortable you were and how bad you wanted to quit, knowing I'm not thinking that fucking way. So the dark side is something that I've designed. It's an evil place I can go that very few things can hurt me. We all have a cookie jar.
That's right.
And we all have a...
Sheila got thin mints in the cookie jar. Full Killer Maryland, recent addition to my jar.
We all
I sent out some layouts to a professional comic artist to be inked. A huge accomplishment. Holy shit. That's crazy. Congratulations, that's epic.
Put on me.
Have you got them back? Do they look amazing?
You trying to use it for kryptonite? No. It's power pillars for me. I'm using it for strength. Flip negative into positive. That's all it is.
International High 5 o'clock. Jason says, Jason in the Philippines, meditation is a new addition to my cookie jar. Nice. Good work. Oh, we normally do it at that camera, but that camera's died. So we won't do it at that camera. We'll do it at this camera here. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. High 5. Number 42, Jocko, one shot, let's go.
There's so much knowledge out there, so much information, so many ways to get better, and we make so many mistakes. We're the product of our mistakes, and oftentimes the lesson is sitting there right in front of our face. It's there to be learned, but we miss it, or we don't pay attention to it, or we think we know better until it punches us in the face. And the most important thing to learn is that we have so much to learn. We all do. And we can learn from school and people and from experience, and we learn from life. You get one shot at this game right here. Life. One life. That's all you got. One life. One shot. You have to process the information. You have to absorb it. You have to accept it. You have to open your mind. You gotta free your mind so that you can learn.
Hey.
And make
fixed it.
Real progress. And as far as regrets, some things I wish I would have done differently, of course.
GOOD.
Hindsight is 20/20, and looking back, of course, who wouldn't want to take another go at something and improve on the first try by doing it again. And then why not do it again and again and again? And why not do it over and over again until you have it perfect? But the fact is, you don't get that chance. You get
one
shot at this game right here. That's all you got. One shot.
This fear of discomfort. People have this extreme feeling in their mind.
Number 42, one shot with David Goggins. Number 41, get that good feeling with Joe Rogan.
Avoid discomfort. They feel like any type of exercise is just like something to be avoided. That's not for me. Fuck that. I don't want to sweat. I don't want to strain. I don't want to sweat. I don't want to
strain.
A lot of times this association that they have is about the beginnings of getting in shape. It's not about once you're actually fit. Because once you're actually fit, look forward to it. It feels great. If I can't get a workout in, I look at my schedule and go, oh shit, I don't have any time for a workout, which means I'm not going to get that good feeling. And so instead of looking at it like, oh, I've got to go grunt and sweat, I'm thinking I'm not going to feel good. I'm not going to feel relaxed. I'm not going to feel carefree. Even appreciative, like my appreciation of things. And it gets enhanced greatly after exercise. I just feel better. I want to sweat, I want to strain, I want to sweat, I want to strain, I want to sweat, I want to strain, I want to sweat, I want to strain. Get that good feeling, get that good feeling, get that good feeling. I want to sweat, I want to strain, I want to sweat, strain, I want to sweat, I want to strain, I want to sweat, I want to strain, I want to sweat, I want to strain. Get that good feeling, get that good feeling.
Get that good feeling.
It feels great.
It feels great at number 41 with Joseph Rogan. Get that good flipping feeling. If you want to get that good feeling, I suggest you smash the like. Smash the like and get that good feeling of like smashing. It's a wonderful feeling, ain't no feeling like it in this town. Another way of getting a good feeling is going to meaningwave.com, because happiness is a side effect of meaning. At meaningwave.com, you can buy all manner of Meaningwave apparel. You can download music. You can read lyrics. I would definitely suggest going to meaningwave.com. Happiness is, after all, a side effect of meaning. And if you go to meaningwave.com right now, you can get 20% of everything with code NY24. And we have a bunch of new clothing, if you've not yet seen that. Some rather marvelous new designs designed by myself and my son, actually. Hercules helped out with the TV Static sweatshirt, which we made the Static using my televisions, of course, that you see in the backgrounds of these streams, and I make music videos with them and what have you. That there is a beautiful texture created in that manner, and you can have it on a lovely garment, including velvet. We have the t-shirts of these three designs here, including the lovely Saved by the Bell-esque 90s party Meaningwave shirt in velvet. Everybody loves Meaningwave velvet, of course. Meaningwave velvet is one of life's great joys. Everybody knows that. And at 20% off, what could be more wonderful than that, huh? What could be nicer than that? Also, there's the Discipline Gets Things Done shirt. People have been asking for a Discipline Gets Things Done shirt for a while. I don't know why I hadn't got one, but now we do. It's great. Look at it. It's lovely. It comes in white and black, and has lovely purple large lettering. Everybody loves large purple lettering. There's also the resources section where you've got the support Meaningwave link. People ask me pretty much every day how they can support Meaningwave, being as Spotify paying 0.04 cents per stream seems disproportionate to the value they get from Meaningwave. So hit the resources and there's support Meaningwave there, PayPal, Patreon, Bitcoin, etc., 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 in the words of Morrissey. And we are now entering the top 40, and at number 40, brothers and sisters, it's your friend, it's mine, it's this guy, Dr. Alan Watts, and he's got an important question for you. And that question is, Amcast, thank you for the support. Why have you come here?
So, it all comes down to this basic question.
Woo!
If human beings have for a long
Amcast says, I can't afford merch now, here's $1 lol.
in their mind, is there any way in which
That better be your last dollar as well.
formed,
Then it really means something, thank you.
or is it simply a process which is nothing more than a vicious circle? I could ask, why have you come here?
¿Por qué?
What were you looking for? Why have you come here? What were you looking for?
Huh?
Why have you come here?
What were you looking for? Why have you come here? And what were you looking for?
Would it be too presumptuous of me to say that you were looking for help? That you hoped you would hear somebody who had something to say that would be of help and relevance to you as members of a world which is running into the most intense difficulties. A world beset by a complex of problems, any one of which would be bad enough. But when you add together all the great political, social, and ecological problems with which we are faced, they are appalling. And one naturally says, the reason why we are in such a mess is not simply that we have wrong systems for doing things, whether they be technological, political, or religious. But we have the wrong people. The systems may be all right.
That is undeniable, I would say.
But they are in the wrong hands because we are all, in various ways, self-seeking, lacking in wisdom, lacking in courage, afraid of death, afraid of pain, unwilling really to cooperate with others, unwilling to be open to others. And we all think that's too bad. It's me that's wrong. Why have you come here?
Why have you come here?
What were you looking for?
What was you looking for? And don't you think that Dr. Stone, the anime, shares an aesthetic with early Pokemon? Is it just me? Dr. Stone really does remind me of early Pokemon.
What were you looking for?
Just aesthetically, it has that vibe.
Why have you come here?
Alan Watts, Akira the Dawn, why have you come here? What are you looking for? You know, Brad Buddha says, I came here looking for sweet Meaningwave and I found it. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And we're all so glad you did. Find it. Yeah. Number 39. Dr. Jordan B. Peterson is back for a second time in today's chart. From the Aesthetic album, I think. Could be wrong. Sometimes I am. No, it was the Aesthetic album, yes. Without that beauty.
There's no call to higher being. You know, this is also why I've mentioned to people that they should clean up their rooms. Okay. That's become quite the internet meme. But I'm really serious about it because it's really hard to do that. And it isn't just that you clean it up. You also make it beautiful.
Okay.
Make it beautiful.
But
make it beautiful. Make it beautiful. Make it beautiful. Make it beautiful. It's really hard to make something beautiful. Make it beautiful. It's really worthwhile. Make it beautiful. It's really hard to make something beautiful. Make it beautiful. It's really worthwhile. What's really cool is if you learn to make something beautiful, even one thing, if you could just make one thing in your life beautiful, then you've established a relationship with beauty. And then you can start to expand that relationship with beauty out into the world, like into other elements of your life. And that is so worthwhile. It's just incredibly, crazily worthwhile.
Wow.
Make it beautiful. 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 It's really hard.
Yeah.
Make it beautiful.
Amanda says, I'm here because Akira the Dog got me dancing again and helped my husband and I refocus on the positive.
Make it beautiful.
23 was a really tough year.
Wow.
And the beats combined with the inspiration has been great.
They paint their walls.
Proud of you both.
Terrified of art. They buy some mass-produced thing because they don't want anybody laughing at them for their lack of
Nightbot
taste.
says,
And laughed at because they have no taste. But you have to, well, it's right, because what do you know, right? You have to develop it, and so you're going to stumble along and make mistakes to begin with, and you're going to show yourself, because if you buy, I think this is pretty, and you know, somebody comes over and goes, hey, what's up with you? It's kind of hard on your self-esteem, but it's you're stumbling towards the right. You're stumbling towards the kingdom of God. That's what you're stumbling towards when you try to make an aesthetic decision. Make it beautiful. Make it beautiful.
Yo, who was here yesterday?
Make it.
Smash the like if you were here yesterday.
Make it beautiful.
Smash the like if you weren't here yesterday. It's your duty.
It's really hard to make something beautiful.
Young Hercules did a bunch of freestyles. I didn't even know he was going to do it.
It's really hard to make.
He was just like, yo, if we get 50 likes, I will freestyle. So it's okay.
Beauty is.
He did that twice. He freestyled over this beat, and it's a banger. I played it back. I was like, holy shit. He just like made up a song off the top of his head.
Make your room beautiful. Then everything
about skibbities and things. He came up with the phrase. What was it? What was his chorus? It was like,
terribly dangerous.
Booty chiller. This is this is a real booty chiller. So it was a booty chiller. He says, I don't know. He just, that came out of the air.
What gets you in touch with?
I'm now obsessed with the concept of a booty chiller.
You introduced that.
You know what I mean? Because that's like that's a real booty chiller. That record.
Fire.
Or like whatever it is, right? That movie was a booty chiller.
Resist.
That outfit is a booty chiller. Hey, Chris Bede says, I learned a lot from her. Me too. That is a real boozy chiller.
Make it beautiful. It's really hard to make something beautiful.
It's a nice thing, when I was writing this song, because this song samples one of my older songs from like 2003.
It's really worthwhile.
When I was writing that, who knew that in exactly 20 years,
from the late Renaissance,
just over, my son would be writing his own song with that music.
$300 million
off the top of his mad little head.
It's like there was like a Dutch
chiller.
Wow, there's like 3.6.
That booty says, "There's summer out here. I need a chiller for my booty."
People are making pilgrimage
for real
world just to look at them. It's like, what the hell's going on? It's like, yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, no kidding.
There's beauty in those paintings. There's beauty in it. And part of what does is say you are who you should be. That's what beauty does. That's why you're intimidated by a beautiful woman. A staggeringly beautiful woman. It's like, oh my God. Attracted for sure, but definitely intimidated. It's like, well, that's because you aren't who you could be. Beauty does that to you because beauty has that contrast.
That's right. That contrast, baby. Speaking of contrast. Number 38. It's Jocko. This is it.
I've been lucky. I've been blessed. I've had a life that I would not trade with anyone in the world. When you talk about Ramadi, that was the highlight of my life. Because I was leading men in combat, which was something that I always wanted to do. And something that I felt that I was destined to do. And when I was in that situation, I knew that. I don't look back and say, oh, I wish I would have enjoyed that. No, I knew it then. This is it.
This is it.
This is it. This is it. This is what you have been waiting for your whole life and what you really have been preparing for your whole life. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can dream, then not make dreams your master. If you can think and not make thoughts your aim. If you can meet triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same. If you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build them up with worn out tools.
I play If to my song every night, says Amcast.
Of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch.
Future King of Mars stuff.
Lose and start again at your beginnings.
Whoa.
Never breathe a word
synchronicity
of your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn.
That was a good one, huh?
For they are gone. And so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them,
hold
on.
Hold on.
If neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much.
None too much.
If you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, you're the earth and everything that's in it. And, which is more, you'll be a man, my son, my son, my son. Yo! Whoa! Whoa!
Oh, yeah! Good lord. Incredible record. Shouts out to everyone who's been streaming that this month. If. 37 in the Meaningwave Top 50 most streamed songs this month. Lyrics adapted from the poem by Rudyard Kipling, of course. Shouts out to Austin, who informed us that the code is not NY25, it's NY24, and you're right. I just keep making that error. What it is I made that error once and then I copy-pasted it across about 5 videos, and that says a lot, right? How much has happened because of that? That's like 95% of our science. Our so-called science.
I don't know about that. Some of them. But I think some of them just don't have discipline.
Oh, really? Is that way?
There's also an issue with momentum.
Oh, I agree with that, Joseph.
It's not a part of your life. It's not something that you're accustomed to pushing yourself.
Number 36.
Many days.
Yeah.
I want to work out. I just didn't feel like I had the energy, and I just forced myself. And I think there's very few people out there that know how to force themselves.
Force yourself.
That's a learned skill.
Domino Development says, just realized I must add if to my Meaningwave philosophy/poetry playlist. How did I miss that? Good question. How have we not got a Meaningwave philosophy/poetry playlist? Jason. Jason, can we get a Meaningwave poetry playlist that has all the adapted from poems Meaningwaves? Do something. Do something. Do something. Do something. Then we need to think of a good title for that playlist so that people who are looking for that but don't know what they're looking for, i.e. people who don't yet know that Meaningwave exists, will be able to find it.
A physical health issue, there's also mental aspects of it, and discipline's a big one.
Yo!
I just know way too many people who are weak mentally. I can't just chalk it off to only the way they physically feel. Because I felt like shit 100 times, and then I worked out, and then I felt way better. It's just a fact of life. That's real.
Yo.
Do something.
Do something. Do something. Do something. Do something. Do something.
People don't know how to do
something.
If you're used to doing it,
yeah.
Get in your car.
Sit down.
Drive to the office.
Sit down.
Go to the lunch.
Sit down.
Go to the board meeting.
Sit down.
Get in your car.
Sit down.
Get home.
Sit down.
Then go to the gym. Fuck off.
Oh!
It's one thing if someone has a legit physical issue, but there's a lot of people who do not. They just have poor diet choices, they have a sedentary lifestyle, and they have the momentum of this sedentary that's holding them back. They're accustomed to being lazy. You don't have to do a lot, you just have to do something. You walk up hills, you jump a little rope, you take a little tiny kettlebell, you do a couple cleans and press.
Cleans and press.
Push-ups, you do a few sit-ups, you get your blood pumping, you're moving, you're alive. To say you don't have enough energy to exercise, that is crazy to say. Can you walk to the fucking refrigerator? Well, you can exercise.
Do something. Do something. Do something. Da-da-da-da-da. Do something. Whoa. Do something. Do something. Do something.
You don't have to do anything crazy. Just walk around the block. There's 80-year-old ladies who take yoga with me. They're fucking really old. And they're in there. They're going after it. They could easily say, I don't have the energy to do that. But they don't. It's a mental attitude. They make a decision. Yeah, to kill yourself, you don't have to go to a CrossFit class and try to do the workout of the day.
Oh, well, you could do that.
You're nuts. You don't have to do that. But you have to do something. Your body has requirements. It wants to move. It wants to move. Then when it does, you feel better. But people like to give themselves this excuse. I do not have the energy to do this. Whatever. That's true. But if you watch a motivational video, there's 100 of them on YouTube. It's how easy. You go watch one, you get fired up, you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna jump some rope. You jump some rope, do something, do some push-ups, do something. Do something. Do something.
Hey, make some noise, Meaningwave Autonomous Zone. Go stomp that like. Drop a wave in the chat. Beautiful day, be alive.
Shut up, James. Lifestyles.
This is banger. I haven't heard this for a little while. I don't know why.
The body is not designed to sit down all day. And it's certainly not designed to be stuck in traffic and be in the office and just be in front of a fucking computer monitor watching your soul get sucked through the LCD screen. It's crazy. You gotta be like that just to really describe things. It's like saying, I don't know. Stop.
That was number 34, Do Something with Joseph Rogan, number 35. Sorry, that was 36. This is 35. David Goggins, killing it. Accountability Mirror.
So the accountability mirror is something that I kind of came up with in high school. Like I said, I started shaving my head when I was 16. I got caught up in trying to impress so many people because no one liked me. So I developed so many different identities. Let me sag my pants. You know, let me pull my pants up. Let me talk this way or act this, be this way, or whatever the hell it may be. God, dog, there's so many different things I did to try to fit in with so many different groups that when you look in the mirror, that's the one person you can't lie to. So every morning I would shave my head thinking, God, I would reflect back on some of the lies I may have told somebody or some of the ways I acted that I didn't feel comfortable doing. And I did it to impress other normal people. The key word there is normal, everyday people. I was trying to make other people like me. How pathetic is that? So this mirror would always tell me, my reflection would say, God, you are a pathetic man. How does it feel every day to be this way? So I would just start having myself accountable. How did I attack today? How did I attack yesterday? And if I didn't do something I was proud of, I'd write down a sticky note and I would fix it. And I would fix it.
Fix it.
So then my senior year in high school, it was a totally different David Goggins. There was a lunch table. I wanted to sit the cool guy lunch table, man. I wanted to, you know, even though everybody was calling me a nigga all the time, I wanted to try to act like somebody I wasn't so I could fit in. I sold my soul to the devil. No, I'm David fucking Goggins. That's who I am. And so I wrote down on a piece of paper, fuck the table, sit by your fucking self. And that's what I did, and guess what happened? My table became a table people started sitting at. Because a whole bunch of people in that lunchroom felt exactly like I did. Fuck the table, sit by your fucking self. Fuck the table, sit by your fucking self. Fuck the table,
sit by your
fucking self.
Sal, T. Diddy, what's up? Says 24 is my year of nothing but Meaningwave. I heard about people doing that. People hit me up relatively regularly saying that they've been doing that. I only now listen to Meaningwave, and things are much better, is the general gist of what people say. Someone hit me up a little while ago. They said they'd just listened to Meaningwave exclusively for a whole year and had built a business and started all sorts of ridiculous stuff.
I had a laundry list of things that I just write down in this.
It feels like it works. And if it feels like it works, keep doing it.
So I write it down and fix it.
Smash that like. Accountability Mirror with David Goggins, number 35, and number 34, Jocko Willink's back, Unbroken.
What do I do when I'm broken? When I'm broken,
you already know.
I relish it.
Whoa.
I relish it. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use it. Because if I'm broken, I just found my limitations. And until I know what my limitations are, how can I push them? How can I get better? Once I feel it, once I see where I was broken, then I can
33.
In each, I'm trying to get more
What's up, Theo?
into my day each day. Akira, just like, okay, I want to do this.
I call that going on offense. Instead of being on defense, you just go on offense. I'm gonna make some stuff happen.
Hey.
That's a good attitude when you think about thinking about doing it. Just go do it. Don't even waste time.
Whoa.
Thinking about doing it. Just go do it. Don't waste time. Thinking about doing it. Just go do it. Don't waste time. Thinking about doing it. Just go do it. Thinking about doing it. Just go do it. Thinking about doing it. Just go do it. Don't waste time. Thinking about doing it. Just go do it. Don't waste time. Thinking about doing it. Just go do it. Don't waste time. Thinking about doing it. Just go do it. Thinking about doing it. Just go do it. Thinking about doing it. Just go do it. Don't waste time. Thinking about doing it. Just go do it. Don't waste time. Thinking about doing it. Just go do it.
Don't waste time.
Thinking about doing it.
Just go do it.
Thinking about doing it.
Just go do it.
Thinking about doing it.
Just go do it.
Don't waste it.
Doing it. Yo, Bad Booty says put chewing gum in the like button's hair. Yeah, if you're thinking about doing it, don't waste time. Stand in the middle of the escalator when the like button is trying to walk past. Just go do it. Doing it. If you're thinking about.
Get that hitter.
Oh, sit down. Sit down. Yeah, yeah. Get that like button a swirly. Number 33.
People want to know
And
how
number
to
32.
stop the laziness, and they want to know how to stop the procrastination.
Yo, we found ourselves in the Jocko section of the chart. This is a very Jocko section
They
of
have
the
some
chart.
idea in their head, you know, some kind of a vision, what they want to do, but they don't know where to start. And so they say, hey, where do I start? And when's the best time to start?
Where do I start?
And when's the best time to start? Where do I start? And when's the best time to start? And I have a very simple answer for that.
What is that?
Here.
Here.
And now.
Now.
Akira.
That's it. Go! You want to improve? You want to get better?
Go!
You want to get on a workout program or a clean diet? You want to start a business? Go! You want to write a book or make a movie or build a house or a computer or put together some mobile application?
Number 32, go, and then number 31.
Scuba training.
I feel fine.
Traumatic things to you. Underwater with your scuba gear on, rip it off, rip your face mask off, tie your regulator, hoses and knots, just create total mayhem. And eventually they do things that are so horrible to you that you have to come to the surface. And when you came to the surface, what they told you to do immediately was say the words, I feel fine.
I feel fine.
I feel fine. I feel fine. Said it was some proof that you were neurologically okay. I'm not sure if I believe that. I think what they were really doing was programming us for when there's total mayhem and chaos, we get a chance to get our breath instead of freaking out. We just look up and say, I feel fine. Instead of freaking out, we just look up and say, I feel fine. 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 I feel fine.
Feel Fine. I'm glad that is making its way up the charts. That's low-key one of my favorites right there. I forgot about that. I need to do a music video for that. Got a lot of songs, need a lot of music videos.
That's my advice.
Uh-huh.
No matter what kind of chaos and mayhem you are facing, look at the world
and say,
I feel fine. Let's.
Yeah. What's going on in the chat? You'll ever hear that Wu-Tang album? I'll fucking hit your nuts with a with a spiked bat. Bow! I'll fucking sew your asshole shut and keep feeding you. I'm feeding you. Yeah, the chat seems to be doing that on the like button, Bad Buddha. Degrade the reputation of the like button in the most public place you can find. Cut the like button's break line. Don't mute your background noise when having Teams call with the like button. Wax the like button's good. Indeed. I feel fine. Have the like button get a load of money in some kind of a windfall. Attract a woman who is only interested in the like button for the like button's money. Have the like button take the woman to a car dealership to buy a fancy car. And then at the last minute withdraw all of the money from the like button's bank account. Thus humiliating the like button. At this point the like button's also bought a social media team of people along to film it for TikTok. Jackie Power says draw blackface on the like button and send it out in public. Are you assuming the like button's race? That could be fine depending on the like button's origin. The like button might be an Eskimo. Yo. That's my advice. Yo, we just counted down number 50 to number 30 right there. Well, number 31. The first 20. Someone was asking how long this broadcast is going to be going on. Extrapolate that. We've got like the 20 out of 50. Done. Shecky Power says drill the like button's teeth and fill them with lead, and that's appropriate because this beat is somewhat drill. Richard says like button forced to walk pants down backwards through a cactus patch. Like button should be forced to marry an OnlyFans streamer and pivot from sort of like edgy based content to hosting charity boxing matches and lose all of them. So yeah, this is the top 50. I should mention at this point, let me maneuver over to the internet section of my section. This is the top 50. Now somebody, I want to know who it was, because you know, they're cool. That's not why that happens. Yeah, somebody had the bright idea. Someone was like, the top 50 is so fire. Like, the top 50 is so fire. What would the bottom 50 be like? We're going to be finding that out on Wednesday. On Wednesday, brothers and sisters, when we do the Meaningwave bottom 50. See, look at that, the Meaningwave bottom 50. We're going to be doing that. Is that Wednesday or Tuesday? Let me have a look. Oh yeah, so tomorrow we're doing a super request show. And see here in the back end, in the live tab section of the YouTube channel, you can see upcoming broadcasts that I've made public, and you can click notify me so you're notified. You know what I mean? So tomorrow we've got a super request show, and then we've got on Tuesday the Meaningwave bottom 50. And if you look at that, you see I've written it wrong. I've written bottom 50 because I was doing all this in a hurry just before I started streaming. Jason, could you fix that for me? Thanks. But it's the bottom 50, actually, and that was someone's idea, because the idea was, well, the top 50 is so fire, and there's, I don't know how many Meaningwave songs, going on 600 or something. Let's have a look in this Meaningwave thing here. I've got exactly 600 in my DJ library Meaningwave song section. So if the top 50 are fire, what are the bottom 50 like? The least streamed. We already know to those who have everything, more will be given, and the more a song is popular, and the more popular it is, the more popular it becomes, right? It goes on a playlist, people hear it on the playlist, they put it on their playlist, things grow in that fashion. That's how we grow. We have zero editorial support at Spotify or any of those places. Yet we have a massive and outlandish, like regular humans putting things on their playlists figure. It's in the hundreds % higher than regular people I recently discovered. I'm having a conversation with somebody next week about this because they were quite intrigued as to how an artist was able to do such a thing. So people put Meaningwave songs on playlists at a disproportionately high level compared to all other artists, pretty much. Anyway, that's you, like, shouts out to you. But when people do that, the songs that people's favorites, kind of, they're the ones that get more and more streams, and ones that don't hit those sort of things, well, they don't hit those things. So the songs at the bottom, the amount of streams they're getting is crazy compared to the ones at the top. It's completely different. We'll be finding out all about this on Wednesday, but what's Tuesday. But what's crazy is, anyway, I can confirm, because I've got Jason to do this, and I had a quick look at it. The bottom 50 might be better than the top 50. I'm just going to say that there. Like, the bottom 50 is mental. Richard says middle 50. Yes, we might do the middle 50 at some point. But yeah, we're doing the bottom 50 on Tuesday, so make sure you're there for that. It's going to be fun and enlightening. You know, we're going to be enlightened. And so, yeah, Jason says title fixed. Hey, thanks. Thanks, Jason. It's so wonderful to have Jason. Timothy says, haha, bottom 50 awesome. Those bottom 50 have had greater impact to fewer people, most likely. Well, mathematically, that would be the case. That would be the case, that mathematically the bottom 50 have had greater impact to fewer people. Oh, I think I see what you mean. Anyway, Bad Buddha says, what a genius. Shouts out to whoever thought of the bottom 50. Do we know who it was? Bad Buddha says, wait until the like button passes out and then draw a phallic symbology on its face. Exactly. Shave its head and draw an arrow on it so it looks like Avatar. You know what I mean? Domino Development says, yeah, there are so many gems outside the top 50. I mean, yeah, just outside the top 50 there are. And then, but I was looking at the bottom 50, I was like, that could be the top 50 in a parallel universe. Easy. It's crazy. Anyway, so there you go. That's the case. That's what's up. And moving on, we're now in the top 30, and at number 30. I gotta fix that track.
I wonder.
It always starts a bar late or something.
If you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. I wonder.
What?
Would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted.
What up, Alan Watts?
And you would, of course, be able to alter your time
sense alteration intensifiers.
Flip, say, 75 years of subjective time into 8 hours of sleep. You would, I suppose, start out by fulfilling all your wishes. You could design for yourself what would be the most ecstatic life. Love affairs, banquets, dancing girls, wonderful journeys, love affairs, banquets, dancing girls, wonderful journeys, gardens, music beyond belief. Music beyond belief.
Music
beyond belief.
Beyond belief.
I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream
Any Dream You Wanted To. Number 30, Akira the Don and Alan Watts from the album Watts Wave Dreams. John McGarvey, who's been a member for 29 months. 29 months of supporting this endeavor. Thank you. What's the newest speaker that's activating your muse? That would be the person on the next album. There's going to be... I finished the Marcus Aurelius album. I've now literally just approved the final mix. I'm going to listen to it, the final master, sorry. I'm going to listen to it all one last time. Might be after this stream. I might walk to the beach and just listen to it through one last time before committing to it. There is another album I've made, though, that's almost finished. And that'll come first, just so I've got time to do some, like, requisitely cool artwork and music video stuff for the Marcus album. And also actually, like, send it to a few people. I might do a couple of TV things or something. Like, I might actually promote it. Imagine that. Usually I just put things out and you know, assume that they will get to people. But this time I'm actually going to send it to a few people. So anyway, the next album, which the first single should be in a couple of weeks, depending on how quickly I can get the mix done. That is the answer to your question. That is the newest speaker that is activating my muse, but I'm not going to tell you who that is just yet, because I do like the element of surprise and delight. I can tell you it is something that people have been asking for a long time, and it's been something that's been on my I'm going to do this list for a long time. And when I say a long time, I would say probably 3 or 4 years, maybe 3 or 4 years. So yeah, I've been dropping hints about it. There have been clues. Some of you probably could work it out because you're smart, you know. Domino Development says nostalgia from the summer 2022 for me. What, this song? Was this your song in summer 22? It's a banger, for real. Anyway, next in the chart, number 29. Number 29.
Now, of course, as I intimated earlier,
Everybody is God with Alan Watts.
Therefore saying, everybody is God.
And our theologians get rather worried about that, because you see that the two conceptions of God are different. Our conception is of the boss man, the king. Ooh. Theirs is of the cosmic centipede, who does not have to think how to make the world, how to make the world, how to make the world, or rather to act the world. Make the world, how to make the world. That would be an insufferable nuisance. You may think it rather wonderful when St. Thomas tries to explain that God is fully aware of everything that happens, and in every detail is willing each single vibration of any mosquito's wing. But when you really begin to think about it, that approaches intellectual elegy classes. Heard the embattled nation shout, God strafe England and God save the king. God this, God that, and God the other thing. But God said, God, I've got my work cut out.
Hey. Number 28, welcome back, Jordan. Did you bob up? Welcome back, Dr. Jordan B. Peterson.
He's got clout.
Room cleaning intensifies.
You got to be oriented towards something. Because otherwise you're disoriented. You just spin around in circles and then you suffer. And so do people around you. It's not a good solution. Orient yourself towards something. You have to figure out what it is. What will work for you? What goal would justify the suffering of your life? Start trying to piece that together. You're going to get better at it. Trying to piece that together, you're going to get better at it. But it's a personal process, so you need a personal place to stand, because otherwise you're going to be handed a place to stand on a plate. And it may be one that makes you a puppet of someone else's goals. So I would say, what are the processes? Well, I think what I've recommended to people is clean up your room. Clean up your room. Clean up your room.
flasheth yonder light.
Then you'll know what to do next.
Monks used to keep skulls on their desks. And people nowadays think that was very morbid. Everything's falling apart. So don't try and stop it. When you're falling off a precipice, it doesn't do you any good to hang on to a rock that's falling with you. See? But everything is doing that. And so again, this is another case of our completely wasting our energy in trying to prevent the world from falling apart. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And then you'll be able to do something interesting.
With the free energy.
With the free energy. With the free energy. With the free energy. With the free energy. With the free energy. With the free energy. With the free energy. With the free energy. With the free energy. With the free energy. With the free energy. With the free energy. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
When the Hindu says everything is unreal, the Westerner reacts and says, no, you can't treat life as a dream. It's serious, it's real, it's for real. And what do you mean by that? And what do you mean by that? Well, how real do you want it to be? This is, in other words, everything, insofar as it's falling apart, everything is changing. It is like smoke. And we all feel that smoke has a lesser degree of reality than wood. It's an image of the evanescent, of the ghostly. So there's this idea the whole world is this mirage. That doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It's only bad if you cling to it, if you try to lean on it. But if you don't lean on it, it's a grand illusion. So the word Maya means not only illusion, but it means art, it means magic, and it means creative power. So this is the big act. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And then you'll be able to do something interesting. With the free energy. 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 Don't do it. And
that's another classic right there, huh? Don't do it. Alan was number 26 is Goggins. He's back, baby. He's back. He's coming for this. He's coming for that scalp. This is a tune called Warrior.
That's a very scary situation when you are on one side of the door and your mind is racing because on the other side of that door, it could be no one. It could be 4 guys with 4 AK-47s. That door you're about to open could be booby-trapped. So once you open it, boom, your legs are gone. There's 1,000 things you think about when you're the first guy, second guy, third guy, getting ready to go in a room and flood it. And that's why I talk about the warrior mentality. And that's why so many people are lost when I start talking. You have the right. You're lucky that you don't have to think like warriors think. You're very privileged. I chose this world to be a warrior. To be a warrior. To be a warrior. I chose this world to be a warrior. And I would choose it again if I came back to this world.
There is no hope in time. Everything is going to get worse in time. Because, as you know, it does. We all fall apart in the end. Everything falls apart. Institutions, buildings, nations, it all crumbles. And people say, well, that's an awfully pessimistic philosophy. Well, is it? Well, is it? I would rather say that the people who have hope in the future are the miserable people. Because
that are dangled before their noses from sticks attached to their collars. And they pursue in vain, always hoping that tomorrow will be the great thing. The great thing. The great thing. Always hoping that tomorrow will be the great thing. The great thing. The great thing.
I believe that most human beings are only living at about 40% of their capability. The mind has a governor, like a car. If you're driving a car and the car has a governor on it, the car may say 130 miles an hour, but the governor's set for 91. Once that governor sets in, you get to 91, that car starts doing this. The car wants to go. The car wants to go, but that fucking factory said, we're not going past 91. We have a factory, a nice governor in our brain, and it's a survival mechanism. It protects us from pain and suffering.
Pain and suffering. Pain and suffering.
The second we feel that shit, our mind says, oh no, this isn't fun. We should back off. We should sit down, find something more comfortable. And there's something about the mind. The mind has the tactical advantage over you at all times. At all times of your life, the mind has a tactical advantage over you. Why is that? It knows what you're afraid of. It knows your insecurities. It knows your deep, dark lies. And it starts to push you away from that shit. It pushes you in a direction that is comfortable. The mind controls everything. The mind controls everything. The mind controls everything.
Looking at it from another way, we push technology to its furthest possible development. And we had, instead of a dial telephone on one's desk, a more complex system of buttons. Would give you anything you want. Aladdin's lamp. You would eventually have to introduce a button labeled surprise. Surprise. Surprise.
Perfect.
Because all perfectly known futures, as I pointed out, are past. They have happened. Virtually. It is only the true future is a surprise. It is only the true future is a surprise. So if you were God, you would say to yourself, man, get lost. And it's strange that this idea is obscurely embedded in the Christian tradition, when in the Epistle to the Philippians, St. Paul speaks of God the Son, the Logos, the Word of God, who is incarnate in Christ, and says, let this mind be in you which was also in Christ Jesus, who being in the form of God, thought not equality with God a thing to be clung to, but made himself of no reputation, and humbled himself, and was found in fashion as a man, and became obedient to death. Same idea. Same idea as the idea of the dream. That very far out dream. Same idea as the idea of the dream. That very far out dream. Same idea as the idea of the dream. That very far out dream. Same idea as the idea of the dream. Getting as extreme as you can get.
That was the Governor with David Goggins, the 24th. 23, If You Will God with Alan Watts. Again from the Dreams album.
And so this then is the basis of the Hindu view of the universe and of man. The Hindu looks upon the universe as a drama. The Westerner, of course, looks upon the universe as a construct, as something made. And it is not therefore insignificant that Jesus was the son of a carpenter.
Better than alcohol, man. Yeah, and the funny thing is, if you're trying to stop drinking, you need something better than alcohol. And alcohol's pretty good. So you better find something a lot better, man. Esteemable people do esteemable things. It's like, yeah, well, you want to figure out something that you're doing with your life that's worth not getting drunk and screwing up. You might say, well, why do people drink too much? If you like alcohol, that's a stupid question. Why do people drink too much? Well, because it's great. So why stop?
Well,
you do stupid things when you're drunk. You hurt yourself. You compromise your health. It's really hard on the people around you. You tend to turn into a liar, and it screws up your life. It's like, yeah, but it's pretty fun. Yeah, well, it is. But you need something better than that. And what's better isn't being straight and not making mistakes. It's like that's all prohibition in some sense. What's better is, no, you need an adventure, man. Alcohol is an interesting drug. Alcohol, it's a hell of a drug. Alcohol, it's a great drug. But the problem is, it's a great.
And so, I might introduce what I'm going to say by saying it from different points of view. For example, if you're interested in communications, it will be the problem of feedback. Or if I may put it in theological terms, how does man follow the will of God if the will of man is perverse? The theologians say, you cannot do this without having divine grace, or the power to follow the will of God. How then do you get grace? Why is grace given to some and not to others? If I cannot follow the will of God by my own effort because my will is selfish, how will my will, which is selfish, be transformed into an unselfish will? If I cannot do it because I am already the selfish will, then grace must do it. Then grace must do it. If grace has not already done it, why not? Because I didn't accept it. But by definition, I have no power to accept it because my will was selfish. Must I then become a Calvinist and say that only those people who are predestined to receive grace will be able to live the good life? The good life. Then we come back to the inadmissible position that people who live evil lives do not get grace because they are not predestined to it out of the infinite wisdom of the Godhead. Then God himself must be held responsible for their evil deeds.
Yo, that was numbers 50 down to number 21. My Nevermind with Alan Watts is at number 21. Before that, it was Jordan B. Peterson's Drinking Song. It's a drinking song. It's Jordan B. Peterson's Drinking Song. It's a classic. A classic. And now we're getting into the top 20. Or should I say 20 like a regular human? 20. It's the top 20. Are you ready? Make some noise if you're ready. For the top 20. Smash that like with an Acme hammer if you're ready. You know what I mean? Yeet that like out a 5th story window. And then drag it up the stairs and do it again. It's the top 20, baby. How you all feeling? What are your predictions for the top 20? Any upsets? There's been some differences this month. There's been some switcheroos. There's been a bunch of stuff that was not there previously. Goggins has been going hard in the proverbial paint shop. Some weird shit happened, like people weren't listening to Time as much this month for whatever reason, when normally they do. I don't know. So we shall see. It was a funny month because it was Christmas and people were listening to Christmas music. And some other people were listening to Meaningwave songs they wouldn't normally listen to. I don't know. So we're about to find out. And of course, you already know what this is because you're smart. This is number 20. What up, Joe Rogan?
Everybody's different. Everybody's similar, but everybody's different. And your attitude has a giant effect, not just on your life, but on other people's lives around you. That's the other thing about it. Those I can't catch a break. Get them the fuck away from me. I can't be around those guys. I don't want to hear that shit.
I don't want to hear that shit.
Get them the fuck away from me. Get them the fuck away from me. Get them the fuck away from me. I don't want to hear that shit.
I don't buy it.
Fuck away from me.
Get them
the fuck away from me.
Get them
fuck away from me. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't buy it. Because everybody has bad breaks. I've had a shit ton of bad breaks. But you know what I did? Stayed up.
I do love it when you got a couple of songs that work together so perfectly. Right next to each other.
You know, when people think of the word mind control, they think of controlling other people's minds. And when I think about mind control, I think about controlling your own mind. Because while I am obviously a physical person and I embrace physicality, we are our minds. What it means and where the you actually is and whether there's a soul or a brain or whatever, your heart or some other conjured up place. This is what I know, is that your mind, the thing that is listening and comprehending these words right now, that is you. And that thing, that mind, you can control. You are the machine.
Yeah.
Mind control. You are the machine. Mind control. And you can control the machine. Have that ability. Mind control. And then you're going to do what you want to do.
Akira. It's for the heroes.
You have to be the hero of your own story. And you can do that. You have to be the hero of your own story. And you can do that. 90% of it is just showing up. Get there and start working. Like, you're not gonna feel perfect every day.
gotta be those days you push through. Write down what you would like to fix about your life. If you're 30 pounds overweight, you want to lose 30 pounds? Do it the right way. Write down what you eat. Exercise every day. Force yourself to do it. The brain is the general, the troops are the body, and you get up and you do it. And then you get to write it down. Doing what you gotta do to get by, but ultimately you're not respecting yourself. I think we all have a certain amount of appreciation and respect for hero figures. We all look at the guy who never lies, always does the right thing, and fucking helps everybody out. The John Wayne character, you know, that's the ultimate hero. The ultimate hero. You have to be the hero of your own story. And you can do that. You have to be the hero of your own story. And you default aggressive.
Akira.
Do you know who Akira the Dawn is?
Of course, he's amazing. Proactive and aggressive are similar, and they are both good. You certainly have to be proactive in the world. Perfect. You want to be dictating what happens, not responding to it. And yes, that means creating or controlling a situation as much as you can, but being aggressive. That means you are ready to attack. As I always point out, this doesn't mean you walk around with your chest puffed out, ready to bang heads with everyone around you. It doesn't mean you confront people physically or mentally head-on without a tactically superior plan. It doesn't mean you go straight forward into conflict without thought and without reason. It doesn't mean you engage in attrition warfare. No, that is almost never smart. Default aggressive. You are going to get after it. You are going to move fast. You are going to think fast. You are going to outthink and outmaneuver the enemy. Default aggressive. You are going to get after it. You are going to move fast. You are going to think fast. You are going to outthink and outmaneuver the enemy.
Number 19, Be the Hero. Number 18, It Was Be the Hero. Number 17, Default Aggressive with Jocko Willink. Number 16, The Buddha Said.
That is a nice little tangle. If I put this in the language of Oriental philosophy and religion, it would be something like this.
What?
The Buddha said that wisdom must come only from the abandonment of selfish craving or desire. The Buddha said that wisdom must come only from the abandonment of selfish craving or desire.
First thing, when a revolution happens, they take over the radio stations because they want to get right into the thoughts of the people. Think it's going into your brain. It's words. You ever heard Akira the Dawn? Just press play. Rome wasn't built the dead. We all know that. Everyone hears that. But Rome also fall apart overnight either. It took hundreds of years for Rome to reach its peak, but it also took time, hundreds of years for Rome to decay and fall apart. And that is representative of life. You don't achieve worthwhile goals quickly or easily. They take time. They take struggle. They take relentless pursuit. Day in and day out. That's what it takes. And that's why I said you've got to pay attention. You have to watch every single second. Every single second. Because every second counts. 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 Every second counts.
The younger generation quits. Not everybody. So I gotta put it. People get their butt hurt. So not everybody. Most of this generation quits the second that I talk to. It's so easy to be great nowadays. Most people are weak. This is a softened generation. So if you have any mental toughness, any ability, if you have any fraction of self-discipline, the ability to not want to do it but still do it. And I hate to run. And what makes me so crazy, people go, well, why do you run if you hate it? What are you talking about? I don't want to take showers and eat either. I hate that too. That's life, man. It wasn't until I changed that mentality that I became somebody. I hated going to school, so guess what? I was dumb as shit. 1 + 1 is 2. But if you can get through to doing things that you hate to do, on the other side is greatness. 1 + 1 is 2. But if you can get through to doing things that you hate to do, on the other side is greatness. On the other side is greatness. 1 + 1 is 2. But if you can get through to doing things that you hate to do, on the other side is greatness. On the other side is greatness. 1 + 1 is 2.
What's up? On the other side is greatness by Joe. What up, Amcast said I needed to be here today. God, thank you.
On the other side is greatness.
Shecky, what's up? Bad Booty, what's up? Cool Killer, what's up? Puppet says long time listener, first time streamer on NYE. Thanks for making content, my friend. Keep going.
Other side is greatness. On the other side is
greatness.
1 + 1 is 2. But if you can
greatness
to doing things that you
greatness or why bother?
On the other side is greatness.
You know what I mean? Greatness or why bother?
1 + 1 is 2. But if you can get through,
that is why over here we focus on making greatness as opposed to content.
Other side is greatness. 1 + 1 is 2. But if you can get through,
what has Marshall McLuhan said about that?
Things that you hate to do.
The content of the medium.
That is greatness. On the other side is greatness.
I feel we need more Marshall McLuhan records.
If you can get through.
Ancass says thank you. I'll try to be here as much as I can. There is do or do not. There is no try.
On the other side is greatness. 1 + 1 is 2.
Here's the important thing: is we will be here when you're ready. We will be here. We are here. What's up, Cara Claymore? You layanda. It's greatness, exactamente.
But if you can get through to doing things that you hate to do, on the other side is greatness. On the other side is
Goggins, on the other side is greatness, number 13, number 12.
The fact that life is transient is part of its liveliness.
What should I say, number 13? Wow!
Transients of the world always utter their best poetry.
14 on the other side is greatness.
Our rebels now are in.
Whoa!
These our actors, as I foretold you, are all spirits. And are melted into air.
There's another one for that poetry playlist that's going to drop tomorrow.
And like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, the great earth itself, by all which it inherits shall dissolve. And like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a rack behind.
Not a rack.
We are such stuff as dreams are made of. We are such stuff as dreams are made of. We are such stuff as dreams are made of. delight today will in a few years rot and disclose the grinning teeth of the skull. So what? The skull says, lying in the grass, chattering finch and waterfly are not merrier than I. Here among the flowers I lie, laughing everlastingly. No, I may not tell the best. Surely, friends, I could have guessed. Death was but the good king's jest. It was hid so carefully.
Does complacency come with age? Do I have the urge to back off?
Back off?
Negative. Back off? Not happening. I hear that I'm over 40, I'm pushing 50, whatever. Bring it. Back off? Negative. Not happening. In fact, I'm stepping it up. I'm training harder, eating cleaner. I'm training more, learning and studying more now than I ever have. Do I get dinged up? Of course I do. I take some injuries. Yeah. You know what? No factor.
Nine.
Deal with them. You know what? You know what I hear? I hear the clock ticking. That's what I hear. And the end is nigh.
And time waits
for no man.
What up, though?
Everything you got, everything you got, everything you got, everything you got,
What separates me from a lot of people is they go into a daunting task, and the task is overwhelming.
Akira.
Number 11.
The record was 4,020 pull-ups.
11.
About breaking this record. People are like, oh my God. I went right to a pen and paper. What are you doing? I'm doing the math, man. I'm doing the math, man. What are you talking about? I'm doing the math, man. I'm open-minded to the fact that, okay, I'll do 5 pull-ups in a minute for somebody how many pull-ups in? How much time do I have to rest? I was breaking the math down. You have to be open-minded to the possibilities that I can do this. Once you shut your mind down to the possibility that it can be achieved, there's no way it can happen. So that's why my eyes and my body light up about things, because I know that if you're in a fight, you have to attack. You have to keep attacking. The enemy has to know he is not going to give up. The enemy has to know he is not going to give up. He must break the soul, whatever the fuck is in front of him. 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 The enemy has to know he is not going to give up. He must break the soul, whatever the fuck is in front of him.
Yeah, number 11, David Goggins, Taking Souls with Akira the Don, of course, in the Meaningwave Top 50. We are counting down the Meaningwave Top 50, the most streamed Meaningwave songs, of course. That's what they are. They're songs. They're songs in the genre category, psychotechnology. Description of Meaningwave. Taking Souls is but one of, according to my calculations, 600 of the blessed things. 600 of the blessed things. Magnificent it is, I know, and I know that you, as a Meaningwave enjoyer, know all this already, you know what I mean? But it's amazing sometimes people don't know things. Like, for example, Amcast says, what can I do to get notified when you go live? I am getting used to technology. Me too, Amcast. Well, to get notified when we go live, there are a couple of things you could do. You could be subscribed to the YouTube channel. Now, that doesn't always seem to work. People do not necessarily get our notifications. I know this because there are nearly 90,000 people subscribed to the Meaningwave channel, and there are not 90,000 people here. No, but I do believe if you go over to our YouTube channel, and if you're on the YouTube channel, it might look like this. Hello, I'm on the Meaningwave YouTube channel. Might look like this. You know, and there are tabs here, like videos. There's videos, shorts. Oh, you see, we have some shorts content. Live. You want to go to the live, and there you'll see upcoming broadcasts. And as you can see, there's 3 upcoming broadcasts. There's actually a month's worth of them in the back end. I haven't set them so that you can see them yet. But I'm going to make sure there's always some in the future that you can see. And right now you can see these. So you can see here, notify me. So you can click on notify me, you know, and you'll get a notification. You can also follow us on Twitter or Discord, or follow us on Twitter or Telegram, Akira the Don on both. And we always send out a notification before we go live there, always, without fail. And there's also the Discord. You can join the Discord, and if you join the Discord, links to all these things are in the description of this broadcast. You'll also get a notification on the Discord, you know. It would also behoove you to join the mailing list at Meaningwave.com, and you'll get notified about things like merch drops and sales and new releases and blogs and things of that nature. We don't currently send an email out to the mailing list every time there's a live stream. We might set up a mailing list for that, though. That would probably be a smart thing to do, and it's something we've been discussing behind the scenes. Meaningwave, of course, is brought to you. The Meaningstream is, of course, brought to you by Meaningwave.com. And Meaningwave.com is currently running a New Year's sale. You can get 20% off everything with the code NY24 at checkout. That includes all manner of things, including digital music bundles, which is something you might want to think about getting if you currently listen to all your music on a streaming platform, for example, and you're concerned about this streaming platform model being something that might not last forever. You think, well, what happens if Spotify just shuts down? What happens if the internet goes out? How can I listen to the music I love? One way of doing that is getting Meaningwave bundles, and we've made handy bundles. Say you want all the Wattswave stuff, that's in a bundle. Say you want the Jocko stuff, we've got that in a bundle. A bundle of abundance, you know, various bundles. And of course we have everything. If you just want everything, we've got that in a bundle. Everything. That's what is that currently? Is this up to date, Jason? If it's up to date, in the description, that contains over 100 albums, 101 in fact, 109 singles, 82 mixes, a huge amount of material, and you can get it in MP3 or FLAC format. FLAC, of course, is lossless. That's basically the WAV that gets exported out of my exporting things when we export, you know. So yeah, we've also got vinyl and CD and cassette. Now there's only a couple of those, but they're very precious and glorious, and you should get them while you can, frankly, and they're over there at Meaningwave.com. Meaningwave.com. Happiness is a side effect of meaning. 20% off everything with code NY24 at checkout. Gosh, imagine that. And now, brother, sister, without ado with the further nature, I do believe we're going to move into the top 10. The top 10, you know? And that's exciting. Who's in the top 10? What's in the top 10? I'm sure we have some guesses. People are making guesses. I saw L Inc. reckons that discipline equals freedom will be number 1. It has been number 1 before. You know, this is true. And so it could well be today. What else are people saying? People in the chat, Jason's in there saying, it's up to date, Akira. Of course it's up to date. How would it not be? Jason Eva is the man. And he's in control of the situation. Like a G. Jesse Rovig says, so good, have to head out to a birthday party. Happy birthday, her. I'm so confused. But, oh yeah, okay, I thought that was like a message from yesterday. Yesterday was Hercules' birthday. Birthday party today. Good, enjoy, disfruta. Bad Buddha says FLAC files are the best files. I'm glad you like FLAC files. Amcast says YouTube notifications on. I will need time to figure out the rest, lol. Well, there's links in the description. And also, if you have any issues, feel free to email us inquiries@meaningwave.com and we'll help you out. And if you have any issues here during a broadcast, address them to Jason Eva if he's around, and he often is, he usually is. And he'll help you out because he's very helpful, you know. Rom Chomper says, I get the notifications every day I'm online. I see the new ones in the bell menu. The bell menu. You know? Sheila says, does 600 include the instrumentals? No. No, it does not. 600 does not include the instrumentals. That's just songs. That's just straight up bangers. If you include the instrumentals in the whole thing, we're looking at more. You know, I've got a playlist for that. I can have a look at it. Bearing in mind, we haven't actually, all the instrumentals aren't actually all available. 1,156 songs in the Meaningwave songs and instrumentals, you know. So that's because all the instrumentals aren't available. And that's just Meaningwave. That's forgetting that Akira the Don had a storied career as a sort of a rap mixtape type artist for a decade, 15 years before even inventing Meaningwave. Gosh. Mucho stuff. Mucho epico. Number 10. Back to the chart. It's number 10. It's Jocko, baby. Jocko. He's waking up early. Why is he doing that? Put a cake, Jocko. Put a cake.
I wake up early. I wake up at 4:45. I like to have that psychological win over
the enemy. Jocko, Akira the Don, wake up early thinking about the enemy.
Same time.
Number 9, brand new entry in the top 10.
Awareness and sensitivity.
It's not brand new, it's just bust into the top 10.
It's also a form of ignorance.
It's dragged itself up by its bootstraps.
The ordinary everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in. Ordinary everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in.
Because you don't either play music to reach a destination, nor do you dance to reach a particular place on the floor. It is the doing of it itself is important.
Wow. Music!
The doing of it itself that is important. Music. It is the doing of it itself that is important. Music. It is the doing of it itself that is important. Music.
It is the doing of it itself that is important.
Can't confirm.
Because after all, if the object of music were to gain a certain destination, those orchestras that played fast would be considered the best. The best.
Akira.
Dancing and music, more than other arts, represent the nature of this world. The nature of this world. That it is playful, that it is sport. That it may be sincere, but is definitely not serious. And as G.K. Chesterton well put it once, the angels fly because they take themselves lightly.
Boom! music.
It is the doing of it itself that is important.
Alan wants it, Akira the Dawn. Number 9, Ordinary Everyday Consciousness. Number 8, Music. The Angels Fly.
It is the doing of
because they take themselves lightly.
Important. Music.
It is the doing of it itself that is important. Aye, aye, aye. Music.
The angels fly because they take themselves lightly.
That's right. Shout out to everyone dropping that new nuke emoji in the chat. Very useful at times like this. If you wish to arm yourself with a nuke emoji, just become a member of this channel, and you will have access to a nuke emoji. What could be more nice than that, huh? Number 7! That's crazy. I think this is the first time this has been this high in the chart. I'm going to have this information to hand. Next stream, we're going to have all manner of information. It's going to be great. It's going to be like pop-up TV on MTV. Is that on MTV? Come on.
Because I'm going to say the exact opposite of what today's world is saying. So we read a bunch of books nowadays. As humans, we want to find out how to be someone else. What we don't do is we don't go inside. So literally turn yourself inside out. Like we're writing a book every day for life.
Every day.
But we never read that book.
¿Por qué?
You have to look inside of yourself to see what you really want. What are you passionate about? We use these words and these little phrases of only the strong survive and all this other crap. They're all just fucking words. I get so tired of hearing people just talking. Like right now, someone may think Goggins is just talking. You don't know me. So when I speak from passion. I speak from experience. I speak from
suffering.
I speak from suffering.
I would definitely suggest that you
the only way you're ever going to
impart suffering on the like button. We are 16 away from our necessary 100. Necessary minimum 100.
To grow, you must suffer. I speak from suffering, 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 suffering,
suffering. Ooh. From suffering. At number 7, at number 6, Discipline Gets Things Done. And we just got some new Discipline Gets Things Done merch in the shop, which is good. It's obviously necessary. People like discipline, you know what I mean? Discipline is it's one of the 4 horsemen of the Meaningwave apocalypse. What are the other ones? We can work that out. Anyway, head on over to meaningwave.com and pick up one of the new Discipline Gets Things Done things. We got hoodies, we got long sleeves. The long sleeves are mad fly. Can't wait to get mine. They got writing on the sleeves, and I like a long sleeve. They look good. But we got hoodies, we got t-shirts. They also they're cotton. Those ones. Those are the cotton ones. Whenever we do a new drop, we make sure there's something that's purely cotton, because the sublimated all over print, of course, is a cotton polymer mesh, so that the print is all over and looks so swag and so gloriful. The Discipline Gets Things Done is in cotton. You know what I mean? And head on over to meaningwave.com to pick those up today. And in the meanwhile, enjoy this fine record. What is it? Number 6 in our top 50. Big up James McGraw. Thank you for the support. Says Meaningwave exists.
The one thing that discipline definitely...
Meaning eggs exists. Or is Quavo's wave? It's Wavers is eggs.
And when you get things done, when you do things, you have more success. A big part
Quavo, so that's the joke.
Being fucking lazy.
Of course.
Doing it.
Brilliant.
None of it is just showing up. Get there and start working. Like, you're not going to feel perfect every day.
Jackie Pavel says cotton rules. Thank you.
Worked out when I felt good.
Yeah.
Fat fuck.
Yeah.
There's a lot of days I don't do it. I mean, it's pretty much the same with everybody that actually gets something. There's got to be those days you push through. They're probably going to be more numerous than the days you don't. And so the benefit of discipline in my eyes has always been that through discipline, I get things done. I'm like the most lazy, disciplined person I know because I don't want to do it.
Akira. Let's go.
Through discipline, I get things done. The bro goes to work. Through discipline, I get things done. This is what I do.
I also think
that discipline is a pathway to creativity.
Imagine that.
Battlefield.
Nice.
Is an absolute exercise in creativity. How are we going to attack them? How are we going to disorganize them? How are we going to get in their heads? That's all just massive creativity. And when I look at people that are artists, I would imagine the more disciplined you are, you gotta write stuff down, you gotta read, you gotta increase your vocabulary quicker and sharper so that when people are saying things, you have more words to battle back. All those things, all that freedom that you get on stage comes from the discipline. You study, you learn, you read.
Appropriate visual right now, by God.
Go through things. Is that an accurate statement?
Absolutely
accurate.
Through discipline, I get things done. The pro goes to work. Through discipline, I get things done. This is what I do. Through
discipline, I get things done. Discipline gets things done with Joe Rogan and Jocko, of course. Rom Chomper says, do you tag Joe Rogan when you release tracks like this? I'm not sure what you mean by tag. I mean, I got his permission to make the record and release it, so I got his permission to make the record and release it, and then when I released it, I suppose if you mean in the context of in Spotify, he's there as an artist, which is the case. And you know, if I drop something on Twitter, I'll at him. He follows me on Twitter. It's not called Twitter though; it's called X, isn't it? Anyway, Nicholas Young says motivation is the target. Without you have nothing to aim at. Discipline is the practice to hit the target. Without it, you'll only hit it with love. Sheila adds, if you have no aim, you're aimless.
What I do?
That's correct, you see. Now, talking about the four horsemen of Meaningwave, Big Bad Wolf suggests that they're discipline, suffering, happiness, and dragons.
This is what I do.
We're going to have to workshop this one. I quite like it as a concept. Rom Chomper says, sweet, I mean when you at them on socials? Huh? Oh, you mean if I mention these songs on socials? I usually at people. Sometimes I don't because I forget to or I don't. I don't know. Bow, wow, wow. Discipline! And that is the, is that the first song about discipline in our top 10? There might be more. There's usually about 3 or 4. We've got a number of songs about discipline in the Meaningwave universe. I would like there to be some kind of campaign to get the song about discipline from Dunewave into the top 10. I think we're going to have to work on that. I would like to see a situation where we've got a top 10 that's got 10 songs about discipline. That'd be quite funny. We have 3 currently, usually, just by happenstance, and I think that's delightful. I also think it's delightful that this has worked its way up to number 5. This didn't used to be in the top 50 ever, but now it's usually in the top 10, and now it's in the top 5 for the first time, I think. That rarest of beasts, a Meaningwave song without drums.
We have specialized in a certain kind of awareness that makes us neglectful. You see, we specialize in more or less briefly concentrated, pinpoint attention. We look at this and we look at that, and we select from all the things we might possibly be aware of, only certain things. And as a result of that, we leave out of our everyday consciousness one amazing beauty of experience that we never see at all. And on the other hand, the very deep thing, the sense of our basic identity, unity with, oneness with the total process of being. See, because we are staring, as it were, at certain features of the landscape, we don't see the background. And because we get fascinated with, I could go into details of the shell, as I said, and put myself in the mind of a conch or whatever it is that lives in this thing, and say, it's not so hot, that one. like that, see? And so I wouldn't see the whole thing. But when I look at it like this, when anybody looks at it like that, we say, oh my God, isn't that gorgeous? Oh my God, isn't that gorgeous? Oh my God, isn't that gorgeous? Oh my God, isn't that gorgeous?
Number 5. Oh my God, isn't that gorgeous with Alan Watson. And number 4. This one's pretty good.
How do I deal with setbacks, failures, delays, defeat, or other disasters?
I actually have a fairly simple way of dealing with these situations. It is actually one word to deal with all those situations. And that is good. And this is actually something that one of my guys that worked for me pointed out to me. He would call me up or pull me aside with some major problem, some issue that was going on. And he'd say, boss, we got this and that and the other thing. And I'd look at him and I'd say, good. One day he was telling me about some issue that he was having. He said, I already know what you're going to say. And I said, well, what am I going to say? He said, you're going to say good.
Whoa!
You're going to say good. You're going to say good.
You're going to say
good. 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 You're going to say good.
Every second counts. Every second counts. Hey,
you're going to say good. You're going to say good. Good.
Number 4, GOOD with Jocko. Number 2. What would it say?
One of my kind of, I guess my mantra is a very simple one. Discipline equals freedom.
Libertad.
Discipline equals freedom.
Yeah. Equals freedom. Equals. 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 Equals.
The answer is discipline. You want more free time? Follow a more disciplined time management system. You want financial freedom? Implement long-term financial discipline in your life. Do you want to be physically free to move how you want? To be free from many health issues caused by poor lifestyle choices? Then you have to have the discipline to eat healthy food and consistently work out. We all want freedom. Discipline.
Yeah, yeah. Number 3. Discipline. Second song about discipline in the top 10. Bup, 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 bup. Discipline. Equal. Number 2. Number 3 is Jocko. Number 2 is Goggins. Jocko versus Goggins. Top 5 action. Good lord.
I'm okay with going on this
Number 2
highway over here. The easy highway has all these fucking signs and shit. Directions how to get somewhere. And you have to first be uncomfortable with how you feel about about yourself.
Shema.
With that voice that a lot of us like to run away from, we all have it. We all have that voice that say, hey man, you know, you're kind of wimping out right now. You're kind of being a little punk right now. But a lot of us say, okay, that's okay. It's okay to tell these little white lies to ourselves. So we first have to face the real you. The real me is David Goggins. The real me is a guy looking at you right now saying, I don't want to fucking be on this show right now because I used to stutter as a kid. And I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid that here in a second, I'm going to start fucking stammering and stuttering and the whole world's going to know that I have all these issues. But that's when I see right now, okay, Goggins, you got to go on this fucking show. That's Goggins. Goggins is saying, okay, David Goggins, you're a punk. Life made you this way. We can't live like this. We can't live in fear. We can't live in judgment. We can't be afraid of what the fuck people right now are looking at me saying about me. We cannot be afraid of that. Goggins saying, fuck all of you who don't like me, who don't want it. And that person then comes in. But you have to be David Goggins and say, man, I'm afraid of this. I'm fucked up here. Life made me this way here. I stutter. I have these issues with reading and writing, and I'm fat and I'm insecure. You have to face that in that dark room. In that dark room is who you are.
What up, though?
But in that dark room is where you have to create.
RJ says, I love this album, Jim soundtrack. Cara Claymore says, all my homies love discipline.
Out of that dark room. To face.
That needs to be a mixtape title, I've decided.
That's Goggins.
Yo, Jason, can you make a note of that? All my homies love discipline for a mixtape title.
That's Goggins.
That's Goggins. Yo.
That's Goggins.
That's Goggins. That's Goggins. He's at number 2. It's funny. Jocko has been removed from the top on a couple of occasions. Jocko is often at the top. To those that have everything, more will be given. And it's interesting that's Goggins. For a long time, there was only ever one Goggins song in the top 50, and that was Taking Souls. But like over time, he's just continued to pump it up. And he's now threatening the dominance and threatening the supremacy of Jocko at the top of that chart. By Jove, thanks to a number of interesting factors. One of which is that song was put on a playlist, and that playlist blew the fuck up. And I reached out to the guy who made that playlist to like say, hey, thank you for putting me on the playlist. And I couldn't get hold of the guy because the guy had gone and joined the military and was in active service. So the guy had just made that playlist, then ducked off to go and serve his country. And in his absence, the playlist blew the fuck up and took that song with it into the top reaches of the Meaningwave charts. Crazy, isn't it? How life goes. You are more powerful than you think. You know? And with that being said, we're at the top of our chart, baby. Let's count that motherfucker down. Let's count that bad boy down. From the tippity bottom to the tippity top, the bibbity bottom to the tippity top, and the tip. Let's do that thing. All right, baby, let's go. Yo, at number 50, The Marathon with David Goggins. Number 49, What Would You Be Like with Jordan B. Peterson. Number 48, Time with Alan Watts. Number 47, Don't Worry with Terence, McKenna. Number 46 is The Cookie Jar with David Goggins. Number 45 is Those Days with Jocko Willink. Number 44, Something to That with David Goggins. Number 43, Dark Side with David Goggins. Number 42 is One Shot with Jocko Willink. Number 41 with Joe Rogan, Get That Good Feeling. Number 40, Why Have You Come Here with Alan Watts. Number 39 is Make It Beautiful with Jordan B. Peterson. Yeah, Make It Beautiful. Number 38, This Is It with Jocko Willink. Number 37, If with Jocko Willink. Number 36, Do Something with Joe Rogan. Number 35, Accountability Mirror with David Goggins. Number 34, It's Unbroken with Jocko Willink. Number 33, Just Go Do It with Jocko Willink, Theo Vaughn. Number 32, Go with Jocko Willink. And 31, I Feel Fine. Number 30, Any Dream You Wanted with Alan Watts. Number 29, Everybody Is God with Alan Watts. Number 28, Clean Up Your Room with Jordan B. Peterson. Number 27, Don't Do It with Alan Watts. Number 26, Warrior with David Goggins. Number 25, Always Hoping with Alan Watts. Number 24, The Governor with David Goggins. Number 23, If You Were God with Alan Watts. 22, Jordan B. Peterson's Drinking Song. Number 21 is Mind Over Mind. Number 20, I Don't Want to Hear That Shit, Joe Rogan. 13, Mind Control, Jocko Willink. 18, Be the Hero with Joe Rogan. Number 17, Default Aggressive with Jocko Willink. Number 16, The Buddha Sad with Alan Watts. Number 15, Every Second Counts. Opening track of the second Jocko album, Get Some. Making its way, those songs are moved just inch by inch, they're increasing their power as the weeks go by. Number 14, On the Other Side is Greatness with David Goggins. Number 13, Our Revels Now Are Ended, Alan Watts and Shakespeare. 12, Fight with Jocko Willink. 11, Taking Souls with David Goggins. 10, I Wake Up Early Thinking About the Enemy with Jocko Willink. Number 9, Ordinary Everyday Consciousness from the Web of Life Part 1 album with Alan Watts. 9, number 8, Music, The Angels Fly 'Cause They Take Themselves Lightly with Alan Watts. 7, From Suffering with David Goggins. 6, Discipline Gets Things Done with Joe Rogan. Number 5, Oh My God, Isn't That Gorgeous? Oh my God, isn't that gorgeous? A drumless song, the only drumless song in the top 50 with Alan Watts. I wouldn't be surprised if one day that one just fucked around and got to number 1. There was a point during the last month where it surged and was the most listened to Meaningwave song for about a week. And then relaxed slightly and found itself at number 5. Number 4, GOOD Good with Jocko Willink, an ultra classic. That one separates itself from the previous. Oh My God, Isn't That Gorgeous? Had 25,428 streams. Good had 30,006. So quite a clear differential at that point. Goggins then at number 2 with Goggins featuring David Goggins, 33,007. The supremacy, though, there can only be one. And there can be only one. There can be only one, brothers and sisters. At the top of the charts, 36,083 streams in the month leading up to this broadcast. You already know what it is. You already know. That must be discipline. CLOUT, yeah, you know me. Ow.
People look for the shortcut, the hack. And if you came here looking for that,
you won't find it.
The shortcut is a lie.
The hack doesn't get you there.
And if you want to take the easy road, it won't take you to where you want to be. Stronger, smarter, faster, healthier, better. Free.
must be disciplined. From that album, The Path. So those that have everything more will be given. Jocko remains the king of this thing. He dominates the top of the Meaningwave charts. Will it be the same this time next month? You can tune in and find out only here on the Meaningstream. Only here on the Meaningstream. And remember, brother, sister, we're going to be checking in on a theory and a question and a wonderment, which is we're going to be investigating the bottom 50. The bottom 50 on Tuesday. So you want to head on over and click that notification thing there to notify yourself that we're going to be discovering what are the least streamed Meaningwave songs. What are the least streamed? And you better believe they're amazing. You're going to be shocked when you discover A, what the least stream is, and B, what the numbers are. It's pretty incredible. Bearing in mind, you know, as we reach the top of this chart, we're in the tens of thousands of streams in the past month. We're going to be finding out what's at the bottom. So remember, to those that have everything, more will be given. To those that have nothing, all will be taken. Well, we're going to reverse that trend and we're going to shine a light on the bottom 50 Meaningwave songs on Tuesday. It's going to be great. Join us there. We're going to be having check this out. So we'll be having the Super Request Show, Meaningstream number 470, that is on tomorrow. People love a Super Request Show. You get to come in and you get to super chat your Meaningwave requests, your favorite Meaningwave song. You get to do that basically. For those that have everything, more will be given, but like songs that you feel don't get enough light, you think other people should hear, shit you want to hear in the context of a stream, you get to come on here tomorrow and make that choice and be a wavy individual. And then on Tuesday we've got the bottom 50, and then on Wednesday we've got one of our Lo-Fi Live scores. We're adding another classic to the Lo-Fi library of Lo-Fi Live scores. We're doing The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, which is going to be joyful. Why is that chat thing there? Let's get the description. Yeah, we're going to be providing a Lo-Fi Live score to Dr. Joseph Murphy's 1963 classic, which is considered one of the pioneering works in the field of positive thinking and the use of the subconscious mind for personal improvement. All right, so that's what we're going to be doing on that day. So, go on over and accept the invitation. You are invited. So just hit that notify me there and you are invited to come on down and join us, as we engage in righteousness and glory. Thank you to everyone who's been locked in tonight. It's been lovely seeing you. Shecky says, I love the sad clown. I hope it is there. That should be, yeah. I'm not going to tell you. I was going to say I don't know. I do know. Although, I looked at it briefly. I don't want to spoil myself fully. So you'll be getting real raw emotional reactions from me on the thing. Il Ink says, yes, the WAP would be great, but may infringe copyright. Sorry. The WAP? The WAP? What WAP are you talking about here? Is there another WAP other than that one that was a big hit in the year of Tom Hanks and his Filthy Disease, which was a fitting song? Have I missed a part of the conversation that requires me to know? The way I see, here's the thing, I only see messages for definite if they're super chats. They stick them in the back end of YouTube in this column. Otherwise, I just see like the most recent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 10 I can see in front of me. So I often completely miss context of what you beautiful swine are talking about. RJS says, why would anyone do drugs when they could just mow a lawn? And that's just an excellent point. That's been in the top 50, that one. That was around at one point in the top 50. And it's a much-loved song. Timothy Breeden says, this was great. I used this stream as an excuse to stay disciplined and hammer on the project. Hammer on the project, which is always the right thing to do. The other right thing to do is to go to meaningwave.com and take advantage of the code NY24 at checkout to get 20% of everything. Or to hit the resources thing, go support Meaning, not there, go resources, support Meaningwave, and have a look and see, there's a PayPal and a Patreon, a Bitcoin. I think we should send Meaningwave 10 Bitcoins. 10 of them, I think. Just 10. Only 10. I think that would be a good idea. There's a Venmo and a Cash App as well for those of you that require that kind of capacity for righteousness. You know what I mean? And speaking of a capacity for righteousness, I once again would like to thank you all for being here. It's been lovely hanging out with you. Thank you to everyone that streams Meaningwave. Big thank you to Adam Fowler for 1,000 Huff. I have no idea what that is, but I'm very grateful and appreciative. The shortcut is a lie. Let's go. Akira the Don, you are the GOAT. You are breathtaking. And I'm very grateful for your presence and your support. You know, RJ says we were talking about Ben Shapiro album. Regards, WAP. Yeah, no. RJ says, I bought 2 of your Meaningwave hats. Well, you are a wise, smart, and righteous individual. I'm very grateful for you and just your existence in general. I think is a wonderful addition to this universe. Once again, thank you all for being here. We'll be back tomorrow. Come see us at those streams. Go to meaningwave.com and, you know, God bless, I would say. Leave a comment on the way out. Kick the shit out of that like on the way out. God bless you, bad motherfuckers. Mañana.